And now, ladies and gentlemen, ACME This Week brings you the ACME News with your news anchor, yes, he's packing, Travis Oates!
Our top story tonight, Barack Obama is the projected winner in today's Wyoming caucus, clinching the majority of the 12 delegates up for grabs. This adds to Obama's 140 delegate lead over Clinton, a number that is mathematically impossible for Clinton to overcome. When asked about the math issue, Hillary was quoted as saying, "La la 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 la, I can't hear you, and by the way, Barack Obama's a Muslim." Look, he's touching a camel! She then caught and ate a puppy. Take that, Tina Fey. In national news, Palm Beach, Florida has just been named the gayest city in America. Over half of the 40,000 people living there are homosexual, most of them men over 50. This, of course, disappoints the New England town that has held the record for over 150 years, Poofter von Manswaller Tapeberry. Lovely there in the summer. In science news, a health report released this week stated that heart attack death rates in hospitals have been cut in half in 6 years. For more on this story is ACME Science correspondent Kirk Dietrich. Kirk.
All right. Heart attack deaths have fallen 50% in the last 6 years, which is cause to celebrate. Woo! Who wants French fries? Yeah.
No thank you. No thank you.
Oh yeah, the study released by there's some ketchup on
Yes,
there.
you did.
All right, let's go with Dr. Fox.
Okay.
He's a cardiology professor at the University of Edinburgh.
Edinburgh.
Okay. It says that it's likely because cholesterol-lowering drugs, powerful blood thinners, and angioplasty, the procedure that opens clogged arteries.
Uh-huh.
Here, I'll show you. You see the straw?
Okay.
Blood is supposed to flow through your straw or your artery like soda.
Mm-hmm.
People who need angioplasty, it's more like a shake. Because they got plaque inside there, you know? And angioplasty, it squeezes that stuff out. What you take?
No, you got a little whipped cream there on your nose.
Oh yeah, that's not whipped cream. That's mayonnaise.
You got mayonnaise on a shake?
I gotta make up for lost time, bro!
Okay, Kirk, you know that study only applies to people who are actually in the hospital after having a heart attack?
What?
Yeah, and 50% of them still die.
I gotta lose some weight.
Kirk Dietrich, everyone! New Carl's Jr. Mayo shake. You should check that out. In other national news, a firefighter in Saratoga Springs, New York, is suing to get his job back after fainting during paramedic training. Apparently, the sight of needles make him drop like a rock, but he doesn't feel that this should impact his job as a fireman. This wouldn't be such a big deal if the town's biggest industry wasn't the Saratoga matchstick, tinder, and syringe factory. Why do they make all three in the same place? Be painful if you get those mixed up. I'm getting breaking news now. Breaking news in, this just in. We go live to Hawaii, I believe, with political correspondent Rich Keith. Rich, you there?
Hey, Travis, yeah, I'm here. I'm here reporting live on the fact that President Bush has just vetoed a bill that would ban waterboarding as torture. The local residents here are just relieved that their state pastime will remain legal.
Rich, the bill that President Bush just vetoed was to ban a method of torture known as waterboarding. Simulated drowning. It's very unpleasant.
That would make a lot more sense. Back to you, Travis.
Now, with a look at the weekend sports, please welcome ACME newscaster, sportscaster, newscaster Brian Spillane. Newscaster, sportscaster.
I do it all, Travis.
Alrighty.
Well, okay, first up, some highlights from the world of women's sports.
Excellent.
I take you to Budapest, Hungary for the preliminary Olympic downhill skiing trials. Cynthia Jorgensen is struggling for a new personal best. Comes barely out of the gate, takes a tumble that's very hard at those speeds, Travis. But Elena Krakow sees her opportunity and pours on the scene.
Brian, what are you doing?
She's a little more than a blaze. A blur she blazes down the trail. Unfortunately, the day does not end as planned for Elena Krakow.
Brian, that wasn't the Olympic trials.
Yes, it was.
Okay, first of all, the Winter Olympics are in 2010. And second, that was just women in bikinis skiing and snowboarding. They really weren't doing it very well, actually.
It was a trying week for the women in Budapest.
It wasn't Budapest.
Well, I take you now to the World Diving Championships in Barcelona, Spain. Annika Spartalova takes home the gold with this spectacular dive from the high. Let's see that again in instant replay, slow motion.
All right, Brian, we didn't even see her dive. That's just a gratuitous close-up of a busty woman in a bathing suit as she gets out of the pool.
I didn't get there in time to set my camera up with the diving.
Really?
But I do have plenty of coverage of the Women's Softball Championships in Westbrook, England. It was a day of outstanding sportsmanship. The new soccer samurai took the Bulgarians to the cleaners. Booyah! That ball is out of here. Call Casey Kasem because it's a long distance delegation.
Brian! That's not even close to footage of a softball game.
I could only film the locker rooms after the game.
Do you have any actual sports to report, Brian?
I don't really know very much about sports. I just like watching women without much clothes on.
All right, Brian Spillane, ladies and gentlemen. Can we see a little of that softball game again? Just a little bit? All right, never mind. In other sports, professional golfer Tripp Eisenhower is being charged with cruelty to animals and killing a migratory bird after he hit a hawk in the head with a line drive on Thursday, killing it instantly. Eisenhower claims that it was a mistake, and most people might believe that, and this is true. If he wasn't taping a television show at the time, got mad at a hawk for making noise, fired 6 balls at the bird trying to hit it, then drove a golf cart 75 yards closer, turned to the camera and said, "I'm going to hit that bird if it kills me." And then nailed it after 4 more tries. Wildlife officials asked authorities if they could bury the golfer up to his neck, fill his ears up with bird seed, and let trained birds peck his face off if it happened by accident. What a cock. Now, with our entertainment news, please welcome Kevin Small for his Movie Minute.
Hi, Travis.
How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. I wanted to talk about, during my Movie Minute, the influx of the street dancing movies that are out there right now. You got You've Been Served and Stomp the Yard and the 2 Step It Up movies, 1 and 2. I don't know if you know this, Travis, but I'm a bit of a street dancer myself.
I did not know that.
Yes, I am known as Too Sweet Booty.
All right.
And the key to winning a good street battle is to incorporate choreography with some improvisation. Would you like to see some?
I would not.
I like to call this making a sandwich. Hit it up! comes with ham, I normally use turkey.
Kevin Small there.
I call this one making a milkshake. Hit it, John!
Many in this room, although unlikely to admit it, have played Mr. Gygax's game or one of its spiritual successors, such as World of Warcraft. Go ahead, clap, sure. One girl? Okay. That's the demographic for the game. There are so many jokes I could tell about this story, too many to choose from, so I've decided to let the dice decide. That's a 17. All right. Back here. 17 is sentimental. Here we go. My 18th level wizard Theric Thulgrad salutes you, sir. You lived a chaotic neutral life, but had a lawful good soul. And by the way, one number lower would have put puns, and the joke would have been we all magic missile you, so the dice worked out. That's all the news that's fit to make fun of this week.